Welcome to the-fwot-show on the Coil Entertainment Network, pointing out idiocy one story at a time. And yes, for those of you keeping track at home, this is episode 400. Yeah, I know, it just seems to fly by, doesn't it? I'm still Rob Steele, that is still Jesus Jones in the background. Yes, you should still go to the the-fwot-show website.com. How hard is it? Click on the button for their new album. Yes, it came out a couple weeks ago. Yes, you should buy it anyway, if you haven't already. In the meantime, we have other new things. There were a few new things that popped up this week, mainly concerning Don Boy. One of the things that came up, I'd never heard this before. There were a few things I had never heard before, but I liked them. When describing Donald Trump, someone came up with the phrase, he was born on third but thought he hit a triple. You know what? That sounds about right. Entitled smug prick. But the other new name for our President Donald Trump, which still makes me nauseous to say, new nickname for him, Adolf Twitler. I don't know who came up with it, but I like it. Very good. Adolf Twitler. Anyway, he went this past week to visit families of the victims of the Santa Fe school shooting. When he got off the plane, he said, and I'll quote, "We're going to have a little fun today." I'm sorry, what? We're going to have a little fun. You're going to visit victims of a school shooting. Fun is not involved in that. It's kind of like, yes, we're going to go visit the victims of the terrible fire in Chicago. We're going to have a candlelight vigil. No, don't do that. What the hell is he thinking? Or is he thinking? I suspect he's not thinking. I suspect he's actually incapable of thinking. Much like most of the people who still continue to claim that they need a gun. Need a gun. Law enforcement can't always be there, and when they do, oh dear. This is a story that didn't make as much news as I would have thought it would. An off-duty FBI agent in Denver was, for no reason that I can figure out, dancing while still carrying his gun, which he dropped, and it went off and shot somebody. Because everybody needs guns. You know what? In the UK, most of the police officers don't have guns. That's a hint. It can work, but no. The FBI shot a man. Just a guy who was there dancing with him at a nightclub in Denver. Boy, don't I feel safe now. And I suspect it's not going to get any better anytime soon, because there's a guy in Congress named Nathan Larson. He's from Virginia, Northern Virginia, where, you know, they film Sling Blade and stuff. He's trying to get a law passed that would allow the legalization of not just sex with children. That's right, he's trying to legalize pedophilia. Oh, but that's not all. He's also trying to make sure that it's perfectly fine to have sex, not with other people's children, but your own. This, of course, would make Donnie happy, good old Adolf, because he's wanted to bang his daughter since day one. He even said that in several reports, which is terrifying. But yeah, Virginia, leave it to Virginia to try to legalize incest. If you listen to the show, which you probably have before, you will know that I am perfectly fine with, you know, the gay rights movement, the transgender movement. I'm not participating in it, but if you want to do that, yeah, go ahead. But I don't understand something that they're trying to do in New York City.
New York City? Get a rope.
Yeah, that place. Mayor Bill de Blasio and City Council Speaker Corey Johnson are trying to get something pushed through for New York City birth certificates, which I'm thinking, for what they're trying to do here, it's going to be a bit late. But what they're doing is creating a third category called X. This X is going to be if the parent of a newborn child does not wish to readily identify the child's gender. Look, I understand that the kid may grow up and decide that whatever it has, it wants the other one. That can happen. I get that. That's fine. However, look, It's a newborn baby. It doesn't know. If it has a penis, it's a boy. If it has a vagina, it's a girl. If it has both, you need to move away from the nuclear power plant as soon as possible. This past Friday saw several Starbucks around the planet close for about 4 hours. During the day, when I would think people would want coffee, but hey, what do I know? They closed about 8,000 stores for the purpose of giving more than 175,000 Starbucks employees racial responsibility training. That way, black people who walk in don't just get thrown out and arrested, because you're not supposed to do that. So I'm taking this as a good thing. I really am. It's a move in the right direction. I am still really annoyed that it had to be done, but at least it's a positive class. Unlike some other school-related things that happened in, let's say Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Yeah, the town I grew up in, which I keep bringing up on the show more than I want to, but stupid things keep happening in my town. For example, a lot of high school seniors were almost banned from their graduation ceremony because they took part in the senior day water balloon fight. Now, some people think that, and I don't get this, it was a sexist thing. What? Boys and girls were both involved equally, so no. But the transgendered people, shut up. No. No. Some people think it's a brand new thing. It's the first time that's ever happened. No, it isn't. That happened long before I went to school there. When did I graduate? Back in the 80s. Yeah, 80s. 30 years ago. This has been going on. And just now, now we're going to suspend them. No, they didn't, thankfully. Someone with a brain went, hang on a minute, didn't this happen last year and we didn't do shit to the kids? Oh, yeah, well, I guess we'll be fine. Unlike a student in Missouri named Kylan Scheel, which is like Steele, but different. Anyway, he got suspended from his school because of an implied threat he made. Now, the implied threat, I don't entirely get. This is a senior prank. It is a joke. Anyone who thinks otherwise is apparently a Trump supporter. What he did was take Truman High School, his school, and tried to sell it on Craigslist for $12,275. It's a huge 20-plus room facility with a newly built football field and newly added 4 modern-day rooms. Next to Walmart for convenience. Yeah, you know what? It's a joke. Kids do that sometimes. Hell, adults do that sometimes. Suspended him. Didn't let him graduate. That is asinine. If you agree with that or disagree with that, or have any comments about anything else on the show, questions, comments, story ideas, go to the website, the-fwot-show.com. There's buttons for Facebook and Twitter, or even email, rob@the-fwot-show.com. See, how hard is this? Send me questions, send me answers, send me ideas. Whatever you got. I'll even take pictures that you send me. I'm not taking pictures to send to you. You don't want to see pictures of me. That's why this is an audio show and not video. Although I'm considering doing that at some point. Anyway, I digress. While you're on the website, go ahead and click the buttons for iTunes or the Google Play Store or YouTube or wherever you happen to subscribe to your podcasts. I got a button for it. Click it, subscribe to the show. It's good for you. And as I mentioned, don't forget to click the Jesus Jones button and buy their new album. That's good for you too. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you with the stupid headline of the week, and it's kind of a long one. It comes from CNET. A guy named Dan Ackerman wrote an article about a new type of shoelace. Yeah, you know what? That doesn't matter. The headline is, "This one low-tech shoe hack will change your life. For less than $10, I retrofitted all my lace-up shoes with rubber no-tie bands, and I've never been happier." You, Dan. You need to get the hell out of the house more. Never been happier because of shoelaces. That actually made me feel a little bit better about my own life. And hopefully it made you feel a little bit better about yours too. In the meantime, have a good week, everybody. Try to be safe, because Yeah, between the shoelaces and the FBI agents, it's not safe out there.